Good morning, gamers and guardians. Sly here, back at it with another Destiny 2 Warmind video for you. Well, hope your week is starting off awesome here, folks. We're just 10 days away from the DLC launch, and in today's video, I wanted to get on the topic of hype, hope, bringing players back, and the overall health of Destiny. So, as always, thank you for watching another Sly Nation video. If you are new to the channel, then welcome, my friend. Hope you end up sticking around for a long time. I have an awesome little community here, and any player that's excited about Destiny is a welcome addition. So, in today's video, ladies and gents, we're going to be talking about the big question: is a Warmind going to be enough to not only bring players back in for the long haul, but also improve the overall health of Destiny in general? Now, this is a question in which everyone has their own opinion on, and I would love to hear what you all think about it. Now, I may not respond to every comment that gets put out there, but I do read them all. So I definitely hear you guys, even if you think I may not. So let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are about Warmind and in the future of Destiny. So as we all know, D2 was not really the game we all thought it was going to be, right? I mean, let's be honest here. The campaign, leveling, the overall first 20 hours, wasn't really that bad. In fact, it was better than all the other campaigns in Destiny 1. Graphics was better, story continuation, emotional attachment to the characters, action, of course, shooting mechanics were good. But once you beat Gaul, you realize that besides public events, the raid, and a couple of adventures, you're basically done with the game. Once again, PvP, which also was disappointing in the long run, helped save the player base, or what's left of it. Because even though 4v4 wasn't the best move, Bungie's shooter mechanics are pretty hard to beat no matter what you think about the game itself. And I think that's really this game's saving grace. Even as we move into the 8-month mark of Destiny 2, this game still lacks content, even with the previous DLC release. Now, this caused tons and tons of players to lay down Destiny, and some for good. The actions of D1, plus the crazy hype buildup of D2 to ultimately having a huge letdown, that was enough for some players to never come back, and I know quite a few of them. The Osiris DLC was a decent time waster, if you needed to pass some time, but ultimately didn't really hit the mark, at least for me. So add all of this up, and as far as fans are concerned, this puts Bungie on thin ice. I even left the game in December once I saw that SRL was not coming back, and all of that Dawning Festival was pretty much one big loot box racket. So at least that's, my take on it. And that was it for me. But ever since then, a ton has been changing, and so far changing in the right direction. I came back to a game that is way, way different than when I left. If you have not played for some time, you're going to see that while there really isn't any extra content you missed out on, the game itself has evolved in a decent direction. On top of all of D2's mistakes, making all the playlists 4-on-4 instead of keeping at least quick play the way it was in D1, changing subclasses, giving us no control over builds or customization, the shader system, perks on weapons, weapon slots, etc., etc. I can go on forever. They basically made it so that Destiny was an easier game to balance. And what that really goes down to is easier for developers to create, but that means less fun for us. They also went all-out casual, with exotics being way easier to get than some legendary weapons. Leveling was extremely fast, way too easy, and content just lacked the overall spirit of Destiny 1. OG Destiny had this certain something about it that just oozed mystery, and it just kept you coming back week after week. I can't really put my finger down. I don't think anybody else can either, but Destiny 2 just lacks that. So the question still remains, folks: is Warmind enough to bring players back? And the answer to that question is, in my own personal opinion, in the short term, yes. In the long term, no, not yet. There are so many systems that need changing. Even with the DLC, the Curse of Osiris, we're still stuck with 4v4 in all of the Crucible except for Iron Banner. We still have no customization with our subclasses. We're still stuck with our double primaries. These all need to be changed up and reinvented, along with introducing new content on top of that. When and if that happens, which by the way, most of that will be changing in the coming up fall expansion, then we'll get players to come back and come back permanently. Now, don't take this as I think Warmind is going to suck. I absolutely do not think that in any way, shape, or form. I believe it's going to be a good little DLC that will tide us over until the September expansion. They're doing away with the casualization of Destiny, bringing back collectibles, hidden exotic secret quests, stuff that takes time to get. Add that with the new ranked PvP and its rewards, along with a new seasonal event on top of Iron Banner and faction rallies, and this DLC will be the best thing that's happened to Destiny 2 since its launch, which isn't really saying much because we've only seen a handful of updates and one mediocre DLC. So I don't think Warmind will bring back the massive players Destiny once had. Not yet. Now, will some people return? Abso-freaking-lutely. I mean, all of my clan is going to be coming back on, and I'm sure that's the case with a lot of clans. But the key is if they are willing to stay on. Bringing back the grind, that helps. But if the game just doesn't feel good, no matter of how much grinding you have in the game, it's just not going to, not going to make a difference. I asked a fellow YouTuber and a guy that I follow, Mesa Sean, about his thoughts on this very question. So I asked Mesa, do you think this DLC will be the thing Destiny 2 needs to do to bring back all the players? And he said, quote, not in particular. I will say my impressions and my vibe from speaking with the developers and what I got to see and play. This hands down is definitely bigger and better than Curse of Osiris. But of course, it's not a Taken King size expansion or coming with all these quality of life improvements. Now, for all the folks who still play Destiny 2, including myself and friends, we're all going to have an awesome time. If you tapped out of Destiny 2, you might want to come back because the last update, 1.14, made a lot of changes to the weapon systems. The weapons that come from Escalation Protocol, all of them were good, and I definitely want to grind for them, and it was a lot of fun to play. However, after leaving the summit, what I am really excited for are the exotic masterworks. Now, because of what I signed at Bungie, I can't say what some of these perks are, but it is going to be insane, and you're going to want to turn in every single one of your masterworks, that's for sure. Now, I added this to give you guys pretty much a second opinion and like a general vibe on what most of the YouTubers and streamers are feeling about this DLC. All of us extremely super stoked about it. It's going to be way better than Osiris, but it is not the shining light that will heal Destiny 2 and bring everyone back into one big happy player base. The past few updates were a step in the absolute right direction, and updates, they take time, guys. They have a compounding effect on each other. No one single update will make D2 the game we all want it to be. Multiple updates with a ton of fan input, multiple expansions that come with quality of life improvements, weapon system changes, PvP changes, subclass adjustments, etc. All of those working together over the long run is what's going to bring players back. If you look at the roadmap, a lot of the very things I'm talking about are going to see changes in updates coming after Warmind takes place. So take those, along with the unannounced changes that we don't even know about yet, and then add everything together, plus Warmind and the fall expansion. That is when I think we will truly find out if players are willing to come back and give Bungie another chance. It's, third, fourth chance, or whatever it is. But in a live game like Destiny or The Division, something like that, the game is never truly done growing, and it will always evolve. Sometimes you make bad mistakes, sometimes you make, an awesome mistake that just worked out for everybody. Let's just hope that it evolves in the right direction and the right way. And so far, from what I can tell, guys, so far it's getting there, but it's not quite there yet. September, y'all. Now, I know I'm a broken record about this, but September is when we will for sure know what the future holds for Destiny as a whole, and if players are willing to say, okay, I'm going back in to give it another shot. But that is it for me, guys. That's what I think about it, and let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section below. Do you think Destiny's heading in the right direction? Is it too late to fix? I mean, is it just, a Band-Aid on a broken bone? What are your thoughts about it? Definitely let me know. Now, one thing I do know is that if Warmind isn't as good as I think it's going to be, then the fall expansion is going to have to, wow us something, fierce. Twice that of Taken King. If Warmind is great, however, then the expansion is going to do much better coming off the heels of a good DLC. So a lot is riding on these next two releases. So let's just hope it works out the way that's best for us, the players. But that's it, Guardians. I am out of here. As always, thank you so much for watching and for supporting the channel. 10 days to go until Warmind drops, and the video frenzy will start to begin. So if you get any exotics and you don't mind me using your account to review one, I would greatly appreciate it, but do not go out of your way to try to make that happen. First priority is for you to have fun, period. Take care, Guardians, and if you're new to the channel, then welcome my fellow gaming compadre. Subscribe for tons more D2 content, Anthem, and Division. Spank the thumbs up only if you think the video deserves it, and keep those eyes peeled for more vids coming out here soon. But until then, this is your dude Sly, and I'll catch you all next time.